Saran Kumar, who is in fourth with 24 points, and Rushabh Gala, Kabya Boro both with 16 points are fifth and sixth respectively. So we've got clear leaders as far as both categories are concerned, with Brian Nicholas leading in the amateurs category, and you got Anish Damodar Shetty leading by a country mile in the professionals category. 5 out of 5 for Anish and 5 out of 5 for Brian Nicholas as far as their respective categories are concerned. Right then, up next, as I said, it's the JK Tyre presents Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup coming your way. Full grid. Now then, moving on to the presentation ceremony, the prize distribution ceremony. And we have Sita Raina, who will be presenting the award. Starting off with the rookie category. Sita Raina, chairperson, Women in Motorsports India, FMSCI. She will present it to Vasudevan SS, who finished third. Coming in on to the second, that's the first runner-up, the guest driver in Tipayan Datta. There's a second podium finish for him earlier in the day. He won the race. Now he has to contend with second. And your race winner, the lad from Chennai, it's Balaji Raju, who goes on to take the race win in the rookie category. Trophy presented by Sita Raina, who's chairperson, Women in Motorsports India, FMSCI. You can see team members, technicians, friends, family, all applauding the winners here as we move on to the gentleman category after this one. But before that, we have an award for the most promising women driver trophy. It is given to Viana Shah, and it is being presented once again by Sita Raina herself. So that's Viana Shah, the most promising women driver trophy winner here at the Curry Motor Speedway on the 28th JK Tyre Racing Championship. Now then, on to the winners. That's Viana Shah. The trophy in her hand, the most promising women driver. Now, that's Nitin Ayar, who's on the second. That's Meera Erida joining him on the stage for the second place finish. And the winner of the gentleman category is Jai Prashant Venkat. So it's Jai Prashant Venkat who takes the first place. Meera Erida sells for second. And it is Nitin Ayar on your screen receiving the second runner-up trophy, once again by Sita Raina, chairperson, Women in Motorsports in India, FMSCI. And delighted she is to hand over the trophy to young Meera Erida for the performance that she's put out. Absolutely stunning from Meera. She's been on podium on every race. And that's Jai Prashant Venkat, who's gone on to win the gentleman category. Very quickly now, we'll move over to Raman Manot, who's trackside.
Right, it's time now for the Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup presented by JK Tyre. The next race that's coming up right here at Coimbatore. Remember, this is the race that's going to feature an extra formation lap, reminding everybody before the start of that first formation lap itself. We've got Anish T. Shetty, who starts off on pole again. Anish, these battles have really been legendary. I'm sure we can write stories about each and every race and the battles you've had with Navneet. What's the story like off the track between the two of you?
I mean, we are good friends. We hang out together. We go for coffee together and stuff. We now that Navneet has moved to Bangalore, we'll be training together as well. So we want to put the best versions of ourselves out on the track. So we compete against each other and see what best we can get out here. And that is why you see that we are running away from the bunch as well.
There's mutual respect between the two of you. Go well for this race. There's Anish there for you. We talked about Navneet and how the challenges have been provided by him for Anish in those battles. But I believe the two good friends exchanging notes after races.
Yeah, we are good friends, but outside the pit lane, there are no friends, only competitors. And I'm happy that we are making it clean and also better for the people to watch. And that's racing. That's why we are here.
And that's the maturity that you show, Navneet. Go well. Cheers. All the best. We've seen that 3-minute board that's been brought out, so I'm not going to take too much time. We've got Kayan Zubin Patel, who starts off on P3. Kayan, the bike engines are being fired up. Extra formation lap. I know you had to wait a little before the start of this race.
Yeah, so it was a lot of delay, making us stand for the very long time on the start grid. It's cooled down our body. Now we are going to get an extra formation lap now, and it's good that they've taken this decision, and now it's only grind time.
All the best. That's the way it is. Just about 3 minutes to go for the formation lap. Not one, but 2 formation laps, ladies and gentlemen, before this race gets underway.
Thank you, Raman. So we got just confirmation coming in from Raman that we'll have 2 formation laps before the start of this race. It's a 10-lap race in the JK Tyre presents Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup 2025. Race number 9 of the weekend, 5th race of the day. And once again, it is the usual suspects who are at the top of the grid. Anish Damodar Shetty starts at P1. You've got Navneet Kumar at P2. Kayan Zubin Patel at P3. Brian Nicholas at P4. Vivek Pillai at P5. Jorin Varisa at P6. Varun Patil at P7. Amal VP at P8. Then you got Ashish Patel starting at P9. Pradeep C starting at P10. Rajkumar at P11. Seshadri starting at P12. Anish Samson starting at P13. And you got Kabir Sohoch at P14. Rushabh Gala at P15. Brendan D'Souza starting at P16. Saurav Day at P17. We got Swapnil Dixit at P18. Shyamlal Das in P19. Kavya Boro at P20. Karan Arora at P21. On the back of the grid, the final row, P22 Soham Kane. Saran Kumar P23. And P24 will be Raivadhar, who's starting right at the back of the grid. Race number 3 in this category of the weekend. We've had the first 2, and the first 2 finished identically, with Anish Damodar Shetty winning, Navneet Kumar coming in second, and then you had Kayan Zubin Patel taking 3rd place in the pro category. While in the amateurs as well, it finished identical, with Jorin Varisa coming in second behind Brian Nicholas, and it was Kabir Sohoch who settled for 3rd in both the races. So as you can see, that for the extra formation lap, the bikes have gone through. Generally we have a single formation lap, but we were informed prior to the start of the race that there will be 2 formation laps. So that's the second formation, the extra formation lap. It's underway at the moment. There's a full grid of 24 riders, a mix of professionals and amateurs, 12 pros, 12 AMs participating in this race. And, well, covering the entire length and breadth of the country, from Jammu down till the south in Pondicherry, Bangalore, Trivandrum, to the east in Guwahati, Umrangso. Then you got it covered the west as well with Vadodara, right in Mumbai as well. You got Barapeta, Pondicherry, Coimbatore, Thane, Chennai, Dombivli, Kalyan, all across the length and the breadth of this great country. We have representatives coming in and participating in the Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup presented by JK Tyres. will be a very interesting approach to look out for from Kayan Zubin Patel, because he said, I've had enough of defending. I will attack. In the previous race, attack he did, but just could not pull it off till the very end. Can he now go on and challenge and do the same this time around? We'll find out very, very shortly. So the extra formation lap is also about to end. There you can see bike number 3 is parked at P3. That's Kayan Zubin Patel. You have now bike number 7 as well, Vivek Pillai also there. Then you got right next to him, I think if I'm correct, that's Brendan Nicholas. Yes, that is Brendan Nicholas in bike number 16. Brian Nicholas, I beg your pardon. And then you got Joring Varisa, bike number 18, who is starting at P6. And I think he's made it a habit. There's Anish Shetty. He starts at P1 though, but after the formation lap, he comes in last and lines up very, very last, the final moment, starting at P1. Now then, after the 5 reds go off, we will start the JK Tyre presents Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup.
Off they go in quick time. Anisetti always has a very good start. Navneet Kumar stays with him. Kayan Zubin Patel tries to match him. It's 1 and 2 side by side. Who's going to take the turn? Who's going to blink first? Anisetti takes it again. Remember, from 10 laps, we come down to 9. I hope they come out before turn number 1. Drider down. But he's already standing. It's bike number 31, if I'm not mistaken. Or 21. It was a quick gaze of the camera. But then the top 3 are Claes. It is competition number 20. Kaibo, who fell off, former weight lifter, former power lifter, national power lifter, fell back and come down. Okay, it was Rushabh Gala, I beg your pardon, who fell off. What really happened out there? Okay, he just got entangled at the wrong time. But I'm glad that he's able to get up in quick time. Remember, the racing overall, the helmets, the protection is always there. Racing is always paramount when it comes to championship. Cup number 2 versus cup number 1 versus 3. I'm very glad they're staying very close to each other.
Well, it is Anish Damodar Shetty who's leading the race. He's in first place with his bike. Bike number 2 you can see on your screens. Then you've got bike number 1 of Navneet Kumar coming in second. Closely behind the first and second is Kayan Zubin Patel, who's in bike number 3. So those are the 3 pros who are leading. There's a good battle between Joring Varisa and Brian Nicholas. Brian at the moment edging it. He's in bike number 16. You'll just see them coming in the background. There it is. Brian Nicholas, Joring Varisa there, fighting it out for the amateurs. Then we have Vivek Pillai, one of the pros, who is also there in the mix. He's in 6th. Then Amal VP, Ashish Patel, Varun Patil, and Anish Samson. And as on 4th they go. But now this is the battle we'll keep an eye on between Anish and Navneet Kumar. And we saw once again there's a similar pattern. The front 2 are fighting. Kayan Zubin Patel is in 3rd, very close behind the front 2, and he's just waiting for his opportunity. Although he's trying to be aggressive, he's trying to attack, but he's still just not right there.
So then we are already seeing Brian Nicholas, Joring Varisa and Vivek Pillai fighting for 4th, 5th and 6th. Behind these 2, or behind these 3 at the moment. Kayan Zubin Patel is close, but not close enough to mount that attack yet. He's already got about 4 bike lengths to catch up on. This is a long grid again. So as they come to the tower, crossing the line, they're watching from the pits, they're watching from the sidelines, they're watching on live. We are live from the Curry Motor Speedway 1 and 2. Can Navneet Kumar be able to dangle his feet? Yes, he can. He decides to take the toe and he keeps it down. Now, Kayan Zubin Patel has to attack now. He's got to pull it through as quickly as possible. Navneet Kumar sets the fastest lap time in the 2nd lap of the race. This is lap number 3. And this is where things are going to hot. Vivek Pillai moves up from number 7 to number 6. Joring Varisa consolidates at number 5 at the moment. Brian Nicholas and him were having a battle in the previous race. Remember, Joring finished 2nd as far as the amateurs was concerned. This time around, he's literally challenging him for the lead. Navneet Kumar has to set this man who's from Pondicherry, who's had 4 national titles to his name. He is the defending champion and he's got over 75 finishes in the top 5. Can he be the man to just take the little thunder away from Anish Sethi? Anish Sethi, the CrossFit athlete, multiple champion himself, and a rider coach, is a very experienced cookie. He knows his way around the track again, and he really knows how to attack even when he loses the lead. How many times have we seen this, Karthikeya?
Well, I think it's a repeated story every now and then when we have this Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup. There's that battle between Navneet and Anish going on, and then in the background, not very far away, you have Kayan Zubin Patel as well in the mix. Then you have Brian Nicholas, bike number 16, and he's battling it out with Joring Varisa, who's right behind him, and that's another battle I'd like to see over the race, because I think Joring has tried very, very hard, although he's just not managed to get one better off Brian Nicholas, but he's tried ever so hard to go on and get one better off him. Now, it's 1, 2, 3 at the moment with the bikes and the standings, but Anish now trying to make that move. We'll catch that in a second as he tries to come in on the inside on that corner. Now then, these are the two amateurs, and they're followed by Vivek Pillai, who comes from Chennai in bike number 7. That's the lot we are talking about.
So Joring Varisa is a man who doesn't have any problems with fitness. You can see him really attacking. I wouldn't be surprised if he's able to get past Brian Nicholas, because he is looking over his shoulder and he's really attacking him. Here is comp number 2, Anish Sethi, once again taking back the lead, what possibly rightfully belongs to him. Navneet Kumar, can he come in? Side by side again. Navneet Kumar should be able to take a toe. Anish Sethi is the leader right now at the moment. Navneet Kumar should be able to take the toe on the inside. He comes on the inside. He should be able to somehow break late and take the toe and come to turn number 1 without once again taking the lead back away from Anish Sethi. This game is going to go on.
Well, he's leading again. He's back. Top is Navneet, and so is back in the comp box is Raman.
Thank you so much, Karthikeya and Solomon. For me, I think the important part, when we looked at those standings, looked at the timelines, apart from the race lead changing hands very quickly, I think the high point is Brian Nicholas, who's currently running 4th, and Joring Varisa, who's in 5th. Now remember, there are those two bikers in the amateur category. We're looking at the race leaders at the moment. That's Navneet on bike number 1 and Anish Shetty on bike number 2. But look at what's happening behind them as well. You've got Kayan Zubin Patel, who's running 3rd, a little off the pace at the moment behind the top 2. But for me, the story is behind the 3 of them, behind the top 3. This, of course, is the battle between Navneet and Anish that we are highlighting at the moment. This is Kayan, but look at what's happening here. Now, this is the group I want to focus on, because the two bikers in that, Brian Nicholas and Joring Varisa, you've got Varisa there, who's overtaken. Has he overtaken Brian? I think he has. Now, this is another interesting story here, because in the amateur category at the moment, it's Joring Varisa who's leading in the amateur category, having overtaken Brian Nicholas. And these two are overall running 4th and 5th. It's a mixed grid with pros and amateurs, and the two amateurs are 4th and 5th on that grid. That tells you they're way ahead from a lot of the other professional bikers.
Just to make count perfect, it's 9 professional bikers that they're ahead of at the moment, because you've got 12 pros on the track, and we've got 2 amateurs who are ahead of 9 professionals, and they are going at a great guns blazing. We've got bike number 18, and that is Joring Varisa, the lad from Umrangso, who is ahead of Brian Nicholas. Can he hold on till the very end? Because he's tried so hard throughout the weekend to get one better of Brian Nicholas. Is this the race that turns everything around for him?
And I think credit to Ari here, because you know their street to track initiative, the fact that you're getting a lot of young bikers to the racetrack to race in two-wheeler racing, and the fact that you've got amateurs being just as fast, equally fast as far as professionals are concerned. I think credit to Aspi sir and his team.
As we speak, it is Vivek Pillai who's moved ahead of Brian Nicholas. Brian Nicholas is now dropped down to 6th, and Vivek Pillai will now try and chase down Joring Varisa. Joe, although, is looking very comfortable, very slick on that bike. The battle going on in the top. It is Navneet Kumar who has the race lead right now. He is ahead of Anish Shetty, who's just about a fraction of a second ahead of him, and Kayan Zubin Patel, he's just dropped off the pace while I think he's about good 5-6 seconds behind, 3 seconds behind Navneet, and then you've got another 3 seconds behind him is Joring Varisa. I won't be surprised by the lap as they go on and go on. Maybe Joring will try and catch up with Kayan Zubin Patel.
There's a very clear method of riding these bikes. Some of them dangle it, some of them to hold different positions again. Anisetti on the right-handers, he's really very menacing. So he's really coming close to Navneet Kumar on the right-handers. But when it comes to the straight, Navneet is trying to use the stock speed just to get past, get away from him. Now this is where to come in. On the corners, Anish is able to close in. But when it comes to the straight, he's able to stretch it out a little bit. Kayan Zubin Patel is now a distant number 3. Vivek Pillai at number 5. What a story it has been for Joreen Bariza, who possibly didn't own a bike in his family, to go and borrow his friend's bike and now racing and trying to take away the title for the amateurs. This is Kayan Zubin Patel at number 3. Jaren Verza is coming in at number 4. Here is Vivek Pillai at number 5. Just behind them is Brian Nicholas at the fight for the 6th. Anisetti is made to work hard.
Well, certainly Anisetti is trying to catch up with Navneet Kumar. Will this be the race where Navneet can go on and get on the top of the podium? We're into lap number 8. Navneet has just clocked in the fastest lap, lap number 7, 1 minute 16.753. We've got 3 laps to go, including this one. So, this is what I call Anish Damodar territory.
So
in the last couple of laps, he then makes his move. Can he hold on? Can Navneet, or will Anish make his move?
You are so right. This is Anish Damodar. The right-hander comes in. You called it right, Karthikeyan. And on the right-hander, he's so menacing. Navneet Kumar comes back onto the left-hander, which possibly is half his territory. Now, Anisetti will have the straight line, maybe able to take the toe again. We got 2 laps to go after this one into the penultimate, coming in very closely again. Anisetti should be able to, comes on the outside now. Should he be able to take that turn 1 first? Yes, he can. No, yes, he does. Anisetti, you beauty.
Well, it is his territory, it's his time, final 2 laps, and he's once again done it as Anish Damodar Shetty's taken the race lead. We're into lap number 9, but I do expect Navneet to mount a fight back. He will certainly have a crack at it. That's one thing that's a guarantee apart from that, death and taxes. There's another crack from Navneet Kumar at Anish Damodar Shetty. It's a little bit of a jerk there for Anish, although he's just managed to...
Oh my word!
Oh my word! This is something that Kayan Zubin Patel would be hoping.
Sorry about that. My heart came out of my mouth. I'm sorry about that, Karthik. We're all tensed again. Get us some BP tablets after this one. Anisetti versus Navneet Kumar. Navneet Kumar still taking it again. Well, we are also not getting tense. Even the cameraman is getting tensed. We are all getting tensed here again. But this is 1 lap to go again. But Navneet Kumar will have the advantage on the toe. He comes on he's got a much better exit than Anisetti. Follows him closer on that line again. He should be able to take him on the finish. Anisetti gives him the bluff. Comes closer to the wall again. He does not give him space at this time. Can Navneet Kumar get that to the turn first? Yes, he can, but Anisetti turns it quickly, but Navneet Kumar is still ahead. It's a dance to the finish line again. This is Anisetti on the right-hander, but he lets him go through at the moment. Tries the way on the outside, much wider.
Oh, what a race we've just witnessed. This is terrific between Anish and Navneet. At the moment, it's Navneet who's leading. Anish is second. Kayan Zubin Patel, well, is a well-distant third. But this is the battle we're focusing on. About 6 to 7 corners to go. Now, Anish Damodar Shetty on the inside. He's retaken the race lead. Can he hold on to it? At the moment, he can. Navneet Kumar drops back to second. My word, this is going on for about 2-3 laps now. These two, in fact, are having a crack at each other for the last 10 laps. In fact, for the last 20, if you count the previous race as well. This is absolutely brilliant. And now Navneet makes his move, takes the lead momentarily, but Anish Shetty gets it back. This is terrific racing. This is so good to watch. You just cannot leave your race monitors as you come through that final corner. It is Anish Shetty who's leading. Another photo finish. Who's going to take the checkered flag? Oh! It is. I think it's Navneet who's got it. But, well, we'll just wait for the confirmation. My word, what a race we've just witnessed.
I was just about to say, somebody please win this. Somebody please win this. Anish Shetty says he's win it. It's Navneet Kumar who's possibly win it. Navneet Kumar has won it. And guess what? He's won it by 0.002 of a second. 2,000th of a second. Let's watch it on the finish line again. Anisetti literally tries to goes way. Why did he go wide? That was a little surprise. And Navneet Kumar said, thank you very much. Okay, maybe there was a little bit of, he was trying to break the toe. I think he was trying to break the toe. Navneet Kumar is coming slowly to the line again. Anisetti loses momentum. They're now equal. It's even Stevens between them. They're still running through that line one by one. It is over here. Navneet is finally ahead. Raman called it right. Navneet Kumar wins by 2,000ths of a second. 2,000ths of a second. Beat that record. This is Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup presented by JK Tyre. We got to call everybody out here again. They are literally surprised from the tire tech. From every word, Anisetti says, you know what, doesn't matter. I'm still celebrating it out here again. This is the way you race. This is the race you come around. From Guwahati to Ahmedabad to Mumbai to Delhi to folks in Chennai and Bangalore, we've identified races. We've done work to get the best of the riders to come on to the Continental Cup. And finally, we assembled in Coimbatore to select the best riders to take on these machines. The red machines have really delivered today. Karthikeya, everybody's BP is up.
Well, generally I don't shut up, but I've been left speechless by this performance coming in from both these lads. Credit where it's due, you know. Navneet was absolutely fabulous. So was Anish Damodar Shetty. Both equally deserve the credit that they're getting. What a race we've just seen. I don't think it can get any closer than this. 0.002 the gap between the two as Navneet Kumar goes on to win the race. It's Anish Damodar Shetty who takes second. Kain Zubin Patel a distant third. And that's the pro category and the overall race. But as far as the amateurs are concerned, it's a race win in that category. Finally, for Joring Varisa. He goes on to take the race win in the amateurs category. And then you got Brian Nicholas who comes in second and Kabir Sohoch has to settle for third. But let's talk about this battle that we have just witnessed. There you see Anish Damodar Shetty there, well, praising the Lord. But what a performance we have had. That has been terrific from Anish. And, well, you are only as good as your rival is. And that is Navneet Kumar. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm running out of adjectives to define and explain how brilliant these two were, how amazing this race was. And, you know, it's something that raises the hair on the back of your neck, keeps you on the edge of your chair. And that's the kind of race we have just witnessed.
Kain Zubin Patel was saying that he possibly ran out of a little bit of tire pressure towards the mid part of the race, that he was not able to challenge them. But Anisetti versus Navneet Kumar. I was talking to Navneet, a man who's won a national champion from 2021 to this year as well. Last year, he was a defending champion. And then he is now making the calls right, saying that he is the man who's going to take on the challenge again. Not sure why Anisetti had to weave to the left. He was trying to break the toe. Just slotted that again. It'll be a very interesting chat to talk to him now. We are trying to catch up with Raman, and Raman is already with Navneet Kumar. This is going to be an absolutely a fabulous conversation. You knew a photo finish was always on the cards when you had competitors like Navneet and Anish on the racetrack. And what a finish, what a race between the two of you. There's been that rivalry that's been brewing on the track, great camaraderie of it, but I think a superb race in the end. Just talk us through it.
I was not doing anything new. Race 1, race 2, what I was doing, I just, followed it up. And this time we didn't have the amateurs, in the last lap trying to move our pace. But I think I was clean this time. And my intention was not to move very aggressive so that both our pace will go down. But this is racing, nobody gives that space. But I feel I did a good job.
Just talk us through the final 2 laps, because the two of you traded places a few times in those last 2 laps. What was going through your mind then?
Yeah, initial 5-6 laps were fine. But after that, when I saw Anish, okay, I thought he's just right on my tail and waiting for my mistake to happen so that he can gain an advantage. But this time I was breathing in, breathing out, staying calm, overtaking only on the straights and no aggressive move, so that I was not so much agitated. So I was calm. I was waiting till the last lap, last corner. I thought, okay, the race is not over.
And the last straight, that's where it changed, because Anish was ahead of you coming into that final straight, and then he veered to the side. You kept your straight line and just crossed the finish line before him.
Yeah, my main motto was to get a perfect exit so that straight I should not fuck up. But I think he had a moment, or he ran so hot, thinking that I'm just beside him. I was beside him, but I was taking the sweeping.
Not the toe, you didn't go in, you didn't cut in.
I was taking the sweeping line that gave me a very good exit and first, finally.
Congratulations, enjoy the moment, well done. I know you're injured, you've been carrying that injury all through.
Yes, injury is there, but
And I'll tell you what, now what's special about this man is, he was injured before the start of the round. I asked him whether the injury is going to hold him back. He said, no, I'm going to carry on. I'll do my bit. He never showed it to anybody. Now that he's won, that's the time that he's actually pulled off the taping and he said, all right, this is what I was going through and I've got to win. Well done. Yeah, first it is. Let's go across and have a chat with Anish. Of course, another great race, Anish. We've been treated to a fantastic competition between two gladiators. That's the way you guys came across on the racetrack.
Yeah, I mean, my goal was to finish either first or second in this race. Now me finishing second seals the championship for me.
Right.
And that was my goal, that first or second. And in the first, second and third lap, I saw Navneet making an overtake on me in yellow flag. So I realized that there will be a penalty for him. So even if I finish P2, it's a P1 for me. And that's why I took it a little easy, gave a little bit of battle here and there. But overall, crazy race.
I tell you what, there's an amazing amount of calmness and race awareness that Anish Damodar Shetty brings to on a racetrack. Calculating what's happened, calculating what will happen, and looking at whether there could be a penalty coming. So you hold on, finish the race even if it's second.
Yeah, I mean, I did my math that of multiple scenarios that if I finish first, second or third, where will I stand in the championship? And there was a good opportunity for me to finish first or second in this race, irrespective of what position my competitors finish. I will still seal the championship with 2 more races to go. And I thought that's a better, way to finish the race weekend rather than really fighting for win as such. So let's
Quick last point. That final straight where it all boiled down to, you were in the lead and then you just changed the line a tad. What was going through your head? Because in the end, it's the narrowest of wins when the two of you crossed the finish line for Navneet.
Yeah, I mean, most of his accelerations were much better compared to mine. That is something which I've been noticing from the last round itself. And I knew that even in the exit, how much ever I try to defend him, he'll be able to exit better. And that's what he tried to do as well. But overall, for me, the goal was championship and won it. King of GT is back.
Congratulations. Well done, Anish. Congratulations to you. Let's hop across and have a quick chat with Kayan Zubin Patel. Kayan, seemed to be a tad off the pace in this race. Just your thoughts?
I would honestly say that this is sheer bad luck this weekend, honestly, because after 3 laps, I realized that I've been riding the entire race on a puncture tire. If you want to show it.
Let's take a look at this. That's the reason. That's the reason. We had a feeling that there was something amiss, and now you tell us what it is.
But irrespective of puncture tire, I was always going to keep up to my pace, irrespective of whatever situation it puts me through. I was not going to let go of my third place, so I fought. I was facing a lot of problems while cornering because the bike was constantly fishtailing a lot. But it's okay. At least I'm on the podium with a puncture tire in the entire race, so it's a good way to finish the weekend. And we come in strong for the next round.
Well, hard luck on what happened on the racetrack, but congratulations nonetheless for finishing on the podium. That's the way it is, a 1, 2, and 3.
Thank you.
That's the pro category. Let's talk about the amateur category as well. Joring finally gets his moment under the sun. Congratulations on a win in the amateur category.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank all my teams, Royal Enfield, for this opportunity. And this season, I think it's 6th race, and then last moment I got finally first. So happy. And then the reason I got first was because I was in the front bench. I was just copying the pros. I was being their shadows. So yeah, it helped me a lot.
You know, you're talking about copying the pros and being in their shadows. You look at how you finished overall as well, and you look at the fact that you guys are in the top 5 in the amateurs with the pros, and you look at a top 5 finish, tells you that you're faster than a lot of pros on the racetrack. Congratulations on that.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And congratulations on the win as well. Joring, yeah, give me that. Yeah, let's go. Let's have a quick chat with Brian here. Brian, the first time this season this happened that you've been pipped to the post by Joring, but it's been an interesting battle between the two of you.
Yes, Jorin indeed got faster. That is very evident. And I'm happy for him. So we all are going at the same pace. And it's very good to ride in the first bunch, you know. There's like the first seat, even the cameras can't capture everything. So we can see what the pros are doing, how they are going fast. But it's just lasting for 2 to 3 laps. After that, they are out of our vision. From next race onwards, we are going to increase the laps for seat time and follow them closely, see what's there. Hopefully, the next grid is also open for us.
Someone who's very aware of what he wants to do on the racetrack, Brian, and also what's happening around him. It's that race awareness and calmness that you bring in the amateur category, despite being in the amateur category, that makes you seem quite like a pro.
I would thank my yogi gurus and my yoga, which I do daily. So meditation keeps me calm, music as well. So calm and composed is my superpower, which I implement everywhere.
Well, it's working for you. Congratulations, Brian. Unfortunate not to win this one, but congratulations on the second place finish. Cheers. We got Kabir here, who's come in third once again. Mr. Consistent on the podium.
Consistent on the third place, but I would like to improve now. It's been a long that I've been finishing here. So next time I hope I get better and I improve.
Anything that you'd like to change about how the races have gone for you so far, despite the podium finishes?
I just have to improve on my consistency and my stamina. After like 6-7 laps, I get tired and I lose some pace. So I want to work on that.
Well, that's something that you can work on for the next rounds. Congratulations on a podium finish for the moment. Well done. Well, there you have it. Time to head back to the commentary box. Of course, we've got the presentation and the prize distribution coming up next.
Thank you, Raman. Now we'll go on and watch the highlights of one of the most exciting races in recent times. It was the JK Tyre presents Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup. Anish Shetty starting at pole position. Navneet Kumar was second. Very quickly, it was Navneet who taken the lead away from Anish, going slightly wide on that turn. And Kayan Zubin Patel was always there in the mix initially. And then, as we spoke, it was Anish who'd taken the lead away. And now it was Navneet who'd taken the lead away. This is something that happened about more than 20, 30 times throughout the race. Well, sometimes it was Anish leading, sometimes it was Navneet leading. But that was the only constant, was that these two were, either one of them was leading and Kayan was in third. And this is where Kayan had probably realized that he's ending the race in third, because he realized that he has a punctured tyre, and that's the reason why he just couldn't catch up with the front two. That's where Navneet made his move to get the race lead back, and Navneet went on to go on for a while to keep that race lead with him. But obviously this is the Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup, the two professionals, and the battle in the mid-pack there, in fact, for 4th and 5th, was between the two amateurs of Brian Nicholas and Joring Varisa. It was Joring who by this time had taken the lead. Brian Nicholas, bike number 16, had dropped down to 5th, and Joring, who'd been trying to chase Brian Nicholas throughout the season, finally had his last laugh. And this could be the race that changes the utter dominance that both Anish Shetty and Brian Nicholas have shown in their respective categories. This is Navneet there on your screen, the race leader, bike number 1, being challenged by Anish Shetty. This is a battle that has gone on. But, like I said, one of the most exciting races we've seen in the recent history. This has been a pleasure to watch. And well, these are the highlights. We saw it live, you saw it live. And I think we've not seen something as remarkable as this in motorsports for a very long time. There you have it, Anish Damodar Shetty making his move on the inside, taking the lead. Then now it was Navneet on the inside making his move. The leads changing and exchanging hands as they come in through that final corner of yet another lap. This is where Navneet had the lead, and we were talking about that this is Anish Shetty territory, the final couple of laps. If he could go on and make that, it was then Anish who once again took the lead and went on to, there was that little contact, although Anish did raise his hand up and go on to, this is where the final moment happened with Navneet taking the checkered flag. What a race we've witnessed. Now, very quickly, moving over to the prize distribution ceremony, we'll start off with the amateurs category, and it is Piyush Rose, Global Creative Strategy for Royal Enfield, who's distributing the trophies. Kabir Sahoj taking his trophy for his third place finish. Brian Nicholas for his second, and finally breaking the jinx, it's Joring Burisa who gets his place in the top of the podium after race of effort. And look at the delight on his face. He's a relieved man, is Joring Burisa, the lad who comes from Umbrang. So finally getting the better of Brian Nicholas and finally getting a race win under his belt. What a moment. This is the first time this season that we've seen a different race winner in the amateurs category and also a different race winner in the professionals category. Now moving on to the professionals category. Coming in at third, had issues with his tyre, did Kayan Zubin Patel, but did not let go. Continued to fight till the very end and had to settle for third. Coming in second, not a usual place for him. First time he's come in second, all the other times he's been at top of the podium, and that's Anish Damodar Shetty. And Navneet Kumar delighted with the race win. The dominance of Anish Damodar Shetty has been broken. For the first time, we're seeing a new race winner in the Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup category, the professional category, as well as the amateurs category. It's Tyre Kakaria, brand manager, Premium Roadsters for Royal Enfield, who's handing over the trophy. He starts off with Kayan Zubin Patel, hands it over next to Anish Damodar Shetty. And now for the big one, the race winner. It is Navneet Kumar, who's gone on to win the race and accept that trophy. Look at the relief on his face. You can see that he's delighted with that race win. As Navneet Kumar, he's tried so hard, but after 5 races, it's the 6th one that he's gone on to be at the top of the podium. What a finish and what a race we just witnessed. Trophy is handed over by Tahir Kakaria, brand manager, Premium Roadsters for Royal Enfield. What a race. What a race. Talking about race, up next is the Tyre Novice Cup. It's the grand finale, the final race of the day coming your way.